French cuisine, it's like a symphony for your taste buds. Every bite is a delightful melody of flavors, textures and aromas. From the simplest of dishes to the most elaborate creations, there's a certain je ne sais quoi about French cuisine that captures hearts and stomachs alike. What is it about French food that's so captivating? Maybe it's the passion poured into every dish. So get ready to embark on a delicious journey. We're about to dive deep into the world of French cuisine, exploring its history, its iconic dishes, and its enduring legacy. Get your baguette ready. French cuisine, as we know it today, is the delicious result of centuries of evolution. From the rustic dishes of the Middle Ages to the refined elegance of the French court, each era has left its mark on French culinary traditions. The Middle Ages saw the rise of hearty peasant dishes, often featuring bread, cheese, and whatever ingredients were available locally. The Renaissance ushered in a new era of culinary sophistication. New ingredients from the New World, like tomatoes and chocolate, began to appear on French tables, adding exciting new flavors to the mix. Fast forward to the 17th century, and we see the birth of haute cuisine during the reign of Louis XIV. Chefs became true artists, crafting elaborate dishes that were as much about presentation as they were about taste. The evolution of French cuisine has been a fascinating journey. French cuisine has a way of charming its way into hearts and stomachs all over the world. From cozy bistros to Michelin-starred restaurants, French food has a global presence that's undeniable. Is it the buttery croissants that melt in your mouth? Or the rich aroma of a perfectly cooked coq au vin? Perhaps it's the elegant simplicity of a classic crème brûlée. French cuisine holds a special place in the global culinary landscape. So, let's grab a fork and explore the world of French cuisine together. Fasten your seatbelts, food lovers, because we're about to hop into our culinary time machine. We're going on a whirlwind adventure through the ages, exploring the fascinating history of French cuisine. From the rustic simplicity of medieval kitchens to the opulent extravagance of the French court, each era has contributed something unique to French culinary tapestry. Get ready to discover how French cuisine evolved from humble peasant fare to the epitome of culinary sophistication. Section 2. Medieval feasts and rustic delights, setting the stage. Our first stop takes us back to the Middle Ages, a time of knights, castles, and surprisingly delicious food. Contrary to popular belief, medieval French cuisine wasn't all about gruel and misery. It was a time of hearty stews, crusty bread, and using whatever ingredients were in season. Think of it as the original farm-to-table movement. Root vegetables, onions, cabbage, and legumes were staples, forming the backbone of many dishes. Meat was a luxury, enjoyed primarily by the wealthy, who feasted on roasted game, poultry, and even peacock. Life in the Middle Ages may not have been glamorous, but their food was certainly full of rustic charm and flavor. Section 3, Renaissance Revelry, a taste of discovery. Hold on to your hats, because we're about to enter the Renaissance, a period of great artistic, cultural and culinary transformation in France. The Renaissance saw a shift away from the heavy, spice-laden dishes of the Middle Ages towards lighter, more delicate flavors. Chefs began to experiment with new ingredients brought back from the New World, such as tomatoes, potatoes, corn and beans. These New World ingredients gradually made their way into French kitchens, adding exciting new dimensions to traditional recipes. The Renaissance also witnessed the rise of printed cookbooks, making culinary knowledge more accessible to the masses. It was a time of culinary exploration and innovation, setting the stage for the golden age of French cuisine that was about to unfold. Section 4. The Sun King's Culinary Court Birth of Haute Cuisine. Next stop on our culinary time machine, the opulent court of Louis XIV, the Sun King. Prepare to be dazzled by a world of extravagant feasts, elaborate table settings, and the birth of haute cuisine as we know it. Louis XIV, a renowned gourmand, had a passion for fine dining and spared no expense when it came to his table. Under his reign, French cuisine reached new heights of sophistication. Dishes were no longer just about sustenance. They were works of art, meticulously crafted to please both the eye and the palate. This era also saw the development of many classic French sauces like bechamel, veloute, and espagnole, which became the foundation of French cuisine. The court of Louis XIV was a melting pot of culinary creativity, where chefs pushed boundaries, experimented with new techniques, and established the standards for fine dining that continue to influence French cuisine today. Section 5, From Revolution to Modernity, a Delicious Evolution. Hold on tight. Our culinary time machine is about to take us through a period of immense social and political upheaval, the French Revolution. But fear not, dear foodies, because even amidst the chaos, the French people's love for good food never wavered. The revolution brought about significant changes in French society, including the way people ate. With the aristocracy out of power, their extravagant culinary practices fell out of fashion. This period saw the rise of the bistro, a type of small, casual restaurant that served simple, hearty fare at affordable prices. Bistros became gathering places for people from all walks of life to enjoy a delicious meal and engage in lively conversation. The 19th century also witnessed the birth of culinary icons like Auguste Escoffier, a legendary chef who revolutionized French cuisine with his systematic approach to cooking and his emphasis on using fresh, seasonal ingredients. From the revolution to modernity, French cuisine continued to evolve, adapting to changing times while staying true to its roots. Right, let's talk food, glorious French food. We've had a good nose around the history of French cuisine. Now it's time to tuck into some of the classics. These dishes aren't just recipes, they're like little stories on a plate, each one telling a tale of French culture and culinary heritage. We're talking about dishes like coq au vin, slow-cooked to perfection in red wine. Bouillabaisse, a hearty fish stew that'll transport you straight to the French Riviera, and Ratatouille, a colourful vegetable medley that proves simple can be oh so delicious. So, loosen your belts, grab your forks and prepare for a culinary journey that will tantalise your taste buds and leave you saying oh la la. First up, let's tuck into a dish that's as comforting as a warm hug on a chilly evening, coq au vin. This rustic French classic, meaning rooster in wine, is a true testament to the French philosophy of slow cooking and letting those flavours really sing. Traditionally, coq au vin was made with, you guessed it, an old rooster. These days we tend to use chicken, which gives us the same lovely rich flavour, but without needing to cook it for hours on end. The chicken is browned and then slowly simmered in red wine, often burgundy, along with bacon, mushrooms, onions and herbs. The result? Tender, fall-off-the-bone chicken, infused with the deep, earthy notes of red wine and a sauce that's just begging to be mopped up with crusty bread. Coq au vin is a dish with history woven into its very fabric. Next up, we are diving headfirst into a bowl of sunshine bouillabaisse. This iconic fish stew hails from the sun-drenched shores of Marseille and is basically a love letter to the Mediterranean Sea. Bouillabaisse is more than just your average fish soup. It's a celebration of the freshest catch of the day, simmered to perfection with tomatoes, onions, garlic, fennel, saffron, and a medley of herbs and spices. The result is a symphony of flavours that's both robust and delicate, with a hint of sweetness from the fish and a warm, earthy depth from the spices. Traditionally, bouillabaisse is served with rouille, a fiery garlic and chili pepper sauce that adds a welcome kick, and crusty bread for dipping into that glorious broth. Bouillabaisse is a dish that's steeped in tradition. From the sunny shores of the Mediterranean, we're heading inland to explore a dish that's as vibrant and colourful as the French countryside, ratatouille. This humble vegetable stew originating in the Provence region is proof that you don't need fancy ingredients to create something truly delicious. Ratatouille is all about celebrating the bounty of summer vegetables. Tomatoes, eggplant, zucchini, bell peppers and onions are all sliced, layered and then slowly cooked to perfection in olive oil, garlic and herbs. The key is to let the vegetables gently stew until they're meltingly tender, but still retain their shape and a hint of bite. The result is a dish that's bursting with flavour and texture. Once considered a humble peasant dish, ratatouille has risen through the culinary ranks to become a true star of French cuisine. We've had our savoury adventures. Now it's time to indulge our sweet tooth with two French classics that need no introduction: the humble croissant and the elegant crème brûlée. These are the kind of treats that make you want to close your eyes, take a bite, and let out a satisfied sigh. First up, let's talk about the croissant. This iconic French pastry, with its flaky layers and golden brown crust, is a thing of beauty. The secret to a perfect croissant lies in the layers. Butter is folded into the dough multiple times, creating hundreds of delicate layers that puff up beautifully in the oven. And then there's crème brûlée, a dessert that's as visually stunning as it is delicious. This classic French dessert, meaning burnt cream, is made with a rich custard base topped with a layer of hardened caramelized sugar. Beyond the plate French cuisine and the art of living, French cuisine isn't just about the food, you know, it's about a whole way of life. It's about slowing down, savouring the moment, and appreciating the simple pleasures. It's about gathering with loved ones, sharing stories and creating memories around the table. The French have a way of turning even the most ordinary meal into something special. It's all about the ambience, the conversation, the shared laughter. They understand that food is more than just fuel for the body, it's food for the soul. It's about the rituals, like the perfectly set table with its crisp white tablecloth, gleaming silverware and sparkling glasses. It's about the art of conversation, the joy of sharing a bottle of wine, and the pleasure of lingering over a delicious meal long after the last bite has been taken. French cuisine is a reminder that life is meant to be savoured, one delicious bite at a time. A family affair, food traditions and togetherness. In France, food and family are inseparable. Meals are a time for families to come together, reconnect and share stories of their day. It's a tradition that's passed down through generations, with recipes and cooking techniques often becoming cherished family heirlooms. Sunday lunches in particular are sacred. Families gather around the table for a multi-course feast that can stretch on for hours. It's a time for catching up, sharing laughter and creating memories that will last a lifetime. From a young age, children are included in the kitchen, learning the secrets of French cuisine from their parents and grandparents. They watch in awe as their grandmother kneads dough for a crusty baguette or helps their father flambe a crêpe Suzette. These shared culinary experiences create a strong sense of family identity and tradition. They teach children the importance of slowing down, appreciating good food and savouring the company of loved ones. Celebrations and rituals, marking life's milestones with flavour. In France, food plays a central role in celebrations big and small. Whether it's a birthday, a wedding or a national holiday, no celebration is complete without a feast that's as memorable as the occasion itself. For special occasions, the French pull out all the stops. Tables are laden with an abundance of food, from elegant canapés and delicate pastries to impressive roasts and decadent desserts. Champagne flows freely, toasts are made and laughter fills the air. But it's not just about the food itself, it's about the rituals and traditions that surround it. Take, for example, the galette des rois, a special cake enjoyed on Epiphany. Hidden inside the cake is a small charm, and whoever finds it in their slice is crowned king or queen for the day. These culinary traditions add a touch of magic and whimsy to celebrations, creating memories that will be cherished for years to come. They're a reminder that food is more than just sustenance. It's a way to connect with loved ones, celebrate life's milestones, and create a sense of occasion. Section 4, the bistro buzz, food as a social currency. In France, food is more than just something you eat, it's a social currency. It's a way to connect with people, spark conversations and build relationships. And nowhere is this more evident than in the bustling atmosphere of a French bistro. Bistros are the heart and soul of French dining culture. They're casual, welcoming spaces where people from all walks of life come together to enjoy simple, delicious food and good company. The tables are often close together, encouraging conversation and a sense of camaraderie. Whether you're a regular or a first-time visitor, you're guaranteed a warm welcome. The waiter might greet you with a friendly bonjour and engage you in a lively discussion about the day's specials. Don't be surprised if you end up chatting with the people at the next table, sharing recommendations and stories over a glass of wine. In a French bistro, food is the catalyst for connection and conversation. It's a reminder that some of the best moments in life are shared over a delicious meal with good company. Section 5, From Market to Table, a culture of culinary appreciation. The French have a deep-rooted appreciation for good food, and it all starts with the ingredients. From the bustling open-air markets to the small family-run shops, there's a reverence for fresh seasonal produce that's woven into the fabric of French culture. Visiting a French market is a feast for the senses. Colourful stalls overflow with vibrant fruits and vegetables. Freshly baked bread fills the air with its intoxicating aroma, and the sound of vendors hawking their wares creates a symphony of sounds. The French take pride in knowing where their food comes from and how it's produced. They're not afraid to ask questions, to inspect the merchandise, and to engage in friendly banter with the vendors. It's all part of the experience. This appreciation for quality ingredients translates into the way the French cook and eat. They understand that the best tasting dishes are often the simplest, made with fresh seasonal ingredients that are allowed to shine. Sacre Bleu, culinary mishaps and laugh-out-loud moments. We've all had those moments in the kitchen where things haven't quite gone to plan. Those Sacre Bleu, moments when the soufflé refuses to rise, the sauce curdles, or the baguette looks more like a doorstop. But it's all part of the fun. Some of my fondest memories involve chaos, improvisation, and a lot of laughter. Like when I turned the kitchen into a smoky inferno making crème brûlée. The fire alarm had a good workout that day. You've got to crack a few eggs to make an omelette, right? Or burn a few crème brûlées to appreciate pastry. It's about learning from mistakes, embracing the unexpected, and never taking ourselves too seriously. It's about creating memories, sharing laughter and enjoying the journey even when it's messy. Ordering food in France? It's an experience that can range from the sublime to the utterly ridiculous, a delicate dance of hand gestures, fractured French and desperate pleas. I scanned the menu, my eyes widening at the unfamiliar words. Qu'est-ce que c'est? The waiter explained it involved snails cooked in garlic butter. Escargots. I bravely picked one up, popped it in my mouth and tried to look nonchalant. At least I could tell everyone back home that I'd tried escargots in Paris. They say the kitchen is the heart of the home. It's where we gather to nourish our bodies and create memories. But it's also a place where things can go hilariously wrong. Despite our best efforts, the culinary gods aren't always on our side. I remember one attempt at making a chocolate soufflé. I followed the recipe, eagerly anticipating a masterpiece, but alas, it greeted me with a sad, deflated sigh. Even in culinary defeat, there's always a silver lining, because even a sunken soufflé can be a source of laughter. French cinema, much like French cuisine, is a feast for the senses. It's full of romance, drama, and of course those iconic food moments that make our mouths water and our hearts melt. From the simple pleasure of a freshly baked baguette to the decadence of a multi-course feast, food plays a starring role in many classic French films. Who could forget the scene in Amélie where the titular character cracks through the crisp, caramelized top of a crème brûlée, her face lighting up with childlike delight? Or the moment in Ratatouille when Remy, the culinary rat, creates a symphony of flavors with his version of the classic Provençal dish. These scenes, and countless others like them, capture the essence of French food culture. They remind us that food is more than just sustenance. It's about emotion, connection, and the simple pleasures in life. So, next time you're in the mood for a cinematic escape, why not treat yourself to a French film? Just be sure to have some snacks on hand because those mouth-watering scenes are guaranteed to work up an appetite. French cuisine might be known for its elegance, sophistication, and air of effortless chic. But let's not forget that it also has a playful side. From witty observations about French eating habits to hilarious anecdotes about culinary misadventures, there's a whole world of humour inspired by the French love affair with food. Take, for example, the classic quote attributed to Julia Child, "I enjoy cooking with wine. Sometimes I even put it in the food." It's a line that perfectly captures the French philosophy of embracing the good things in life, even if it means occasionally indulging in a little bit of culinary mischief. Or consider the countless jokes about the French obsession with bread. How can you tell if a Frenchman has been in your house? One joke goes, "The baguette's missing." It's a light-hearted jab at a cultural quirk, a reminder that even the most beloved traditions can be a source of amusement. Because at the end of the day, French cuisine, much like life itself, is best enjoyed with a healthy dose of humour. It's about laughing at our mistakes, embracing the unexpected, and finding joy in the simple act of sharing a meal with those we love. As we reach the end of our delicious journey through the world of French cuisine, one thing is abundantly clear. French food has left an indelible mark on the global culinary landscape. It's a cuisine that's both influential and inspiring, shaping the way we cook, eat, and think about food all over the world. From the humble bistro to the Michelin-starred restaurant, French culinary techniques, ingredients, and philosophies have been adopted and adapted by chefs and home cooks alike. The emphasis on fresh, seasonal produce, the art of sauce making, the balance of flavors, these are all hallmarks of French cuisine that have become universal culinary principles. Think about it. Where would we be without the creamy richness of a classic bechamel sauce, the comforting warmth of a perfectly cooked coq au vin, or the flaky, buttery goodness of a croissant? These are just a few examples of the countless culinary gifts that France has bestowed upon the world. French cuisine is more than just a collection of recipes. It's a culinary philosophy, a way of life that celebrates the art of cooking, the pleasure of eating, and the importance of sharing good food with good company. And that's a legacy that's sure to endure for generations to come. French cuisine, much like the country itself, is constantly evolving, embracing new ideas while staying true to its rich culinary heritage. While traditional dishes and techniques continue to be celebrated, there's a new generation of chefs who are pushing boundaries, experimenting with new ingredients, and creating a fresh, modern take on French classics. The rise of bistronomy is a testament to this culinary evolution. Bistronomy, a portmanteau of bistro and gastronomy, is a movement that combines the casual ambiance and affordability of a bistro with the high-quality ingredients and culinary techniques of fine dining. These innovative chefs are all about using fresh, locally sourced ingredients, often with a focus on sustainability and seasonality. They're not afraid to experiment with new flavor combinations, plating techniques, and culinary influences from around the world. The result is a cuisine that's both exciting and accessible, familiar yet surprising, and always delicious. It's a reminder that French cuisine is a living, breathing entity, constantly evolving and adapting to the changing tastes and trends of the culinary world. So, as we raise a glass to French cuisine, to its rich history, its iconic dishes and its enduring legacy, let's also celebrate its future. A future where tradition and innovation go hand in hand, where classic flavors are reimagined with a modern twist, and where the simple act of sharing a meal continues to be a source of joy, connection, and culinary inspiration. Vive la cuisine française! Long may its flavors tantalize our taste buds, its aromas fill our kitchens with warmth, and its ability to bring people together around the table continue to inspire us. From the bottom of my heart and my stomach, thank you, France, for sharing your culinary treasures with the world.